Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new video, and this time I want to talk about the press announcement, the annual report from Games Workshop. So it has been put out today in the morning, so I had time to go a little bit through it, and I would like to comment. So first of all, I have to say that they had outstanding results. Okay, so you can see they have increased the revenue, and they also have increased the operational profit. That is really the main objectives. So they keep growing. They had great numbers last year, and they are in record numbers this year as well. Okay, so very successful record numbers. And for me, the most interesting one, this was a little bit expected from my side, because seeing how they are selling the miniatures and the big sales they have, I was not expecting less. But I will say that the report also have some other things that you can find that are also interesting to comment. Okay, so you can see, well, then I will go very fast, but the revenue was 256 million, and the operational profit was 81 million, and they achieved by royalties 11 million. Okay, so it's almost 11 million by royalties and 69 by pre-royalties. So means 70 is almost 70 million just by what is the core business. Okay, so royalties is not part of the core business in principle. So let's go first to the strategy and objectives. I will go through some of the parts, and I think it's important to see here what are the strategic points and the visions they have for the next year. Okay, so Games Workshop is committed to making the Warhammer hobby and our business even better. So our ambition remains clear: to make the best fantasy miniatures in the world. Okay, so they keep on the object. The core is to make the best miniatures ever, or the best miniatures they can do. To engage and inspire our customers, and to sell our products globally at a profit, of course. We intend to do it forever, and yeah, so it means that it's not just they wanted to do it now and stop it. And yeah, of course, the core business for them is selling miniatures. So the first element, so here we have the strategy, have 5 parts, so let's go for the first element. So the first element is we make high quality miniatures, okay? And then we understand to do that is not for everyone. Okay, so they understand that they have some public that is, and so to recruit and re-recruit customers, we are absolutely focused on making our models the best in the world. So they are focused really on making the best quality possible, and it's I think they are doing quite a good job on that. They keep on the same focus. Okay. And then they say that to do it forever, a decent return to our owners, we sell them the price that we believe the investment we have made quality is worth. Okay, so they have to, it's a balance between the profit they want to do, so they have to pay back all the investment they are doing. Second element in the strategy is that we make fantasy miniature based in our endless imaginary worlds, and in this gives us control over imagery and styles. We use ownership to the intellectual properties. Okay, so the IP is really the second part of his strategy. The IP is very important, okay, because first it's protecting the business from other people trying to jump into your business. But the most important is that it's your boy to pay royalties to anyone, right? And we will see that the focus is mainly Warhammer Age of Sigmar. They don't even mention, when they talk about the 3 games, the 3 games they are mentioning is Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Warhammer 40k, and Horus Heresy. So I don't know how long they will keep doing Lord of the Rings, but really their focus is to use and explode the IP owned by Games Workshop. Okay, the third element is that we are customer focused. We talk to our customers. We aim to communicate in an open, fun way, whoever and whenever our customers are, and in whichever way they want to engage with Warhammer. We will do our utmost to support them. What that means, this was the change of the strategy about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. after the first year of Age of Sigmar means that they will keep on the media, they will keep on Facebook, they will keep the so all the communication. What makes sense, right? It's working for them. It's also a good way for them to receive feedback from the people. They keep the letters from the readers. So all this type of stuff they will keep doing, and it seems that they are very happy on how this is working. So it makes sense as well. The fourth element is the global nature of our business. We'll seek out our customers all over the world. We believe that our customers carry our hobby game, and to find them, we applied our tried and tested approach of recruiting customers in our own stores by offering a fantastic customer experience. Our retail business is supported by our own online store. It has the full range of our products and our independent stockist and trade accounts across the world. These independent accounts do a great job supporting our customers in parts of the world where we either have not yet opened one of our stores or where it is not commercially viable for us to have one. Our long-term goal is to have all the three channels, retail, trade, and online, growing in harmony. We will always have more independent accounts than our own shops. Our strategy is to grow our business through geographic spread, growing all the three complementary channels. So it's important to see here that they focus on the three channels, so they don't focus just on one. They are not just trying to put everybody through the online. Of course, they do special offers only for the online, and sometimes the relation, or I would say, with the trade or with the independent retailers are not as good as they should, but they realize that they need these independent accounts. Since for a while in the past they were not really supporting independent accounts, doing only events that were only valid in their own shops. I think now they are more open to that, and they will try to keep pushing because they realize they cannot reach everywhere, and they need to increase the consumer base if they want to increase growing. So you cannot grow if you don't increase the number of consumers, and this is a very elementary business point. So let's go to the next one. Is the fifth element. It's being focused on cash. By deliver a good cash return, and this is really the mainly for any company, right? So by delivering a good cash return every year, we can continue to innovate, and this is important. Okay, so the continuous innovation to surprise and delight our loyal existing customers and new customers with a great product. To be around forever, we also need to invest in both long-term capital and short-term maintenance projects every year. Pay out the staff what they have earned for the value they contribute, and deliver a surplus cash to our shareholders. So of course they have to give money to the people, to the shareholders. This is basic for any company. Yeah, and it's important that in the strategy is to reinvest, right? Because companies that don't reinvest, they will not grow and they will die in the long term. Okay, so it's really basic business thing. Any company should have this part in his strategy, and I don't think any company can survive without that in the strategy, right? So you want to make cash. With this cash, reinvest part in your business to do more innovation, and then you have to also to give benefits to the people, to the shareholders. Okay, we measure the long-term success by seeking a high return of an investment, and in the short term we measure our success on our ability to grow sales whilst maintaining our core business operating at the profit margin of current levels. Okay, so this is why I will not get there, because this is mainly what we expect from any company. So the next point is interesting as well. We continue to believe that the great opportunities for growth, particularly are in North America, Germany, and Asia. Okay, so they consider UK, they cannot grow more. I think UK, they are very populated, but in Europe they will focus on Germany. Okay, so it's curious, this one. So I guess they will keep a lot of products in German, and we have seen that with some of these special games that they launched, these board games that they were launched in English and German, and only in North America and in Germany. So this is aligned with what we have seen last year. Okay, our brands. So they told that they They have a very recognizable brands. And here is the part I find also interesting. So we design, make and sell products under number of brands and sub-brands, which denote setting, tone, product type, and key ones. Being the key ones are Age of Sigmar, okay, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Warhammer 40,000, okay, and Horus Heresy. And you see here, I don't see anything about the Lord of the Rings or Hobbit. So we really try to focus on these three ones that are considered the most recognizable ones. And I think against this will oscillate everything because they believe that the IP to be among the best in the world. Okay, and then that's that. I will not go. They talk about blah 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 about the background and what is the background and all this type of things. Then we go to another part that I also find quite interesting, and just to give a little bit of a scale of what is the investment and where they manufacture. So we see here that we design, manufacture, distribute, and sell our fantasy miniatures and related products. These are fantasy miniatures from our own Warhammer 40,000 and Warhammer Age of Sigmar universes. Our factory, okay, main warehouse facility, and back office support functions are all based in Nottingham. So it means that they own. So that does it mean that they produce all in Nottingham? No, I don't think so. It means that the factory is in Nottingham, but you always can use contract manufacturers to do part of your job. And I think when we see something strange, sometimes can be from other manufacturers. But of course, I'm pretty sure they want to use the factory at the 100%. So when they go out, can be for two reasons, and I think it's because you have too much volume and you cannot produce all what you need. So you need to overflow part of your production out of your factory, or you don't have the capacity to do it. But to be fair, I think it's more when and I will see that because they have increased the industrial part. So most likely, this is the reason why we see now some terrain looks like to be made back in the same plastic as the rest of the miniatures. So we are international business centrally run from our HQ in Nottingham, and with 75% of our sales coming from outside of the UK. Okay, so UK is 25% of the business. It's not bad for one country. They have, so in design, they have 228 people in the design department or in the design studio in Nottingham. This is a lot of people, and they create all the IP miniatures, artwork. So the IP and the miniatures, artwork, and games and publications that we sell. Okay, so this is a team of 228 people. It's quite a medium to big size team. Okay, it's not small, and it needs a lot of coordination. Because this is like the R&D, right? It's the R&D of a company. So for them, the design is their own R&D. In 2018-2019, we invested 10.5 million pounds in the studio. So they have invested 10.5 million pounds in these studios. This is a lot of money of investment. Okay, then this includes software, with further 3.3 million spent on tooling. So this is the reason why plastic needs a big investment, you see. So 3.3 million in tooling means 3.3 million on molds, most likely. This is tooling on the design. So this is to make prototypes and to make all the things they need to do for prototyping. So this is not the manufacturing part, okay? So we are talking 10.5 million investment on the R&D part to improve the design. We design all our products in our HQ in Nottingham. Annually specialist staff produce hundreds of new sculpts, illustrations, rules, histories, etc. Okay, and they say all our plastic miniatures are branded Citadel miniatures and marked with unparalleled reputation for quality. It denotes both style and level, so it means that they will keep the Citadel, okay? And I was going, and then, these are for the mainstream, so this call here that they will do the plastic for the mainstream, and then they have our resin design that are for veteran customers, okay? Are branded forgeable and are less widely available than the plastic. So they really differentiate between the mainstream and the specialist stream that is more Forge World. Okay, and then they call about, they also say that they have paints and they have brushes. I did not go to all this next. The other thing that dragged my attention is the manufacture. Okay, so we are proud to manufacture our products in Nottingham, is where we started and where we intend to stay. Okay, so it's interesting that they want to keep the manufacturing in Europe, while maybe it's not that competitive. During the year, we completed phase 1 of our new site. You can see, so they have increased the capacity, the capacity of production. You see, considerably expanding our production capacity. And phase 2, an expansion of our tooling facility, an additional office space, is going with completion expected autumn. So it's next month, right? So they have also expanded. So this really means that the company have expanded design. So they have reinvested a lot of money, right, on design and on manufacturing center. Okay, they went on more stuff later on. So here they say that, they sell via 3 channels. The retail is the retail provides the focus of Warhammer hobby in the areas. Our stores, so they are their stores. They have stores in 23 countries, and our stores distributed 34% of the year's sales. So the stores have 34% of the sales. Then they have the trade. The trade are all the independent retailers. Okay, they say that they have about 4,700 independent retailers, but it's a lot in 69 countries. So this is quite we're operating in 22 languages. So it means that they are very spread. And it's 47% of the business. It's half of the business, right? The trade, so it's not a small portion of the business. So it means that this is growing a lot. It used to be 1/3 each. Okay, so now we see that 50% of the business is trade. Okay, 30% is approximately retail. Okay, if I'm not wrong, I think it's 34%. And it's just 20% it's online sales. Okay, so it's 50, 30, 20 when they used to be almost 1/3 each. Even online was growing more than the others. So online, no, it's not growing as fast as the others. Let's keep going. We'll see later on, but it means that they are really increase a lot the trade and the retail compared to the online. So if we keep looking at the report, here they talk about some business indicators. I know we will not spend too much time on that. So if you want to read, this is available online. I will put the link to where you can find it. They talk about the core business again, and we know that the core business is the success remaining long-term strategy. So they talk about the same, a little bit more expanded, but nothing else. Here they talk as well again about the IP and the background and how important it is for them to keep all this universe and the histories about the background. And then they talk about the priorities, and the first priority they put here is staff recruitment, training and development. So they really, and I think this is very important for the companies. The companies at the end are just to have the right people at the right position with the right training, right? So, and I think is what they keep focusing, and they talk at this about. I have read they always talk about this part, right? The main concern is to have the right people and the people trained in the right position. So following the successful launch of our global recruitment website and applicant tracking system in April 2018, we add an onboarding online service. So they keep really trying to onboard. So this means that they are growing and need people, right? And they need to train these people as well. So I will, as I said, I will not spend too much time here. So initiative for recruiting new customers and retaining existing customers in Warhammer Hobby. So they also need to recruit new customers. So see, they keep and they have to retain. So they opened 40 new stores in total, mostly in our one-man format and in North America. And they have opened 600 more trade accounts. Okay, so it means 600 more retailers. And then they will keep, and this is the part where they will keep the Warhammer Schools Alliance program. Okay, so this is the Warhammer Alliance packs are for teachers, office or teachers of students between 12 to 18 years old, and other opportunity for young hobbies to share their passion with other like-minded students. Okay, and they say that currently they have over 2,300 schools in UK, North America, Australia, and Asia. So, and it's curious, nothing in Europe. They also have the UK Scouts Partnership, and then they have at the end the Duke of Edinburgh's award scheme. So we also know that very proud to be registered and involved with the Duke of Edinburgh's award scheme at UK-based youth program. Okay, so they keep trying to involve with youth, with the students and with young people, try to to get new customers. Okay, they also talk about here what is very important about the Warhammer 40,000 conquest and the experiment. So they further support each of these great schemes. We've set up a Bedstock website. Warhammer Alliance.com will act as a content and resource hub to enable these groups and others in the future to get involved and explore the Warhammer hobbies. Okay, and they talk about the Warhammer. So it's also interesting. So they find this as very successful, and I will not be surprised if they they will keep doing similar things in the future. Something is working, you should explode and you should reinvent it, but trying to keep going on that. Then they talk about the range. So we focus it on following initiatives to deliver improvement on our product offer to our customer service. So yeah, Warhammer is a hobby always allow customers. I wanted to talk about a different thing. So if you want to go more in detail, I think it's up to you to go and read it. The part that I was also finding interesting is this one. I think it's here. Yes. So phase 1 of our factory went live December 2018. It looks and smells very clean, and it was quickly become a great place to work. So the design to manufacturing team is working on a solid plan to optimize production efficiencies and fully utilize the facility. Phase 2 is scheduled to complete autumn 2019. We will deliver an expanded tool room and new R&D capabilities. So it means that most likely they can do 3D printing. They have a good software system, so they will really invest on the 3D, having the best design tools, and of course this will drive to the optimized production system. So the total capital cost of this new facility, including the purchase of land, will be approximately 14 million. Okay, so it's not a small investment. This manufacturing investment doubled the number of plastic injection molding machines, so they will double the capacity we have available, and was supported as significantly increase our average production staffing levels. So they will increase the staffing from 143 to 198 at our HQ in Nottingham. So it means that they keep growing a lot. And then the production payroll cost remains a key area of focus. So they want to really, this means I want to be very productive and very efficient. During the year, they increased 1.6 million to 7.5 million as a percentage of the group revenue. They have increased from 0.2 to 2.9%. We expected this percentage to stay similar levels in the years ahead. So this was not here comes. I wanted to see, but they talk about as well the facility at Memphis. I miss where they were a part that we're talking about the investment, but I think I lost this one. Okay. We have been Then they talk. We have been at our warehousing facility as well, and we will moving a proposed but rented facility less than 11 miles. And here they were talking the logistic cost. The total warehousing cost have increased in 2.7 million to a total of 9.5 as a percentage of group revenue. So they talk about all the costs and how the cost is split. I will not bother you more with this. I thought that was the investment there. There was somewhere that we're talking about the investment they did, but to be fair, I'm not seeing this now. We'll make a look later. They talk about the gross margin, the cost, all the cost structure. Here is the other important part. You see here how it's evolving: trade, retail, and online. So okay. These are the operating profit, but what is important is the volume. So the operating profit is by first time positive, okay, on the first time, for second time was used to be negative on retail. And here we have, this is the gross, this is the total revenue, okay? So, or the sales, I will say this. These are the total sales, okay? So trade is 120, okay? Sales is, and is what we say was the 50%, okay, almost. Then retail is 87 and online is 47. So these are the sales. What is, and you here have the percentages, 43, 37 and 20%. Sorry, this was before, and now you see this change from 43 to 47, so it goes a lot in percentage, so the other ones decrease a little bit. Of course, because you have to add 100. But the important thing here is also you can see that even the trade now is giving very nice numbers, so everything can go also on operating profit. That is also the other important thing. And I think that's all what I want to talk here. I don't remember that. No, I think this is all. Well, I just scroll down, and then I think the last part that we can talk is about what they see as a risk as uncertainties, because we have Brexit next to the corner, okay? So Brexit will happen soon. We have a lot of uncertainties how Brexit will impact here in Europe. But for me, what was surprising is that they talk about Brexit, but not, they don't talk too much. So they talk first about the ERP change. So they change the software they use for logistics and for warehousing and all this. So they are, and the other risk I see is the recruitment of the right people. This risk has been there always. Then they talk about the supply chain, and I think the supply chain that they talk about general. So supply chain is always a problem for them, right? They have to supply from Nottingham to all over the world, and they have to arrive on time. So the risk is that there are unnecessary delays of expenses, constant review by the executive directors and the rest of the board of our production and warehousing capacity ensures that issues are dealt with in appropriate time scale. But this is always a risk. Then this is another one that is going to be is a high risk that where Games Workshop is going is the range management, right? They have a lot of different items, right? A lot of normally it's called SKUs. Manage this is very, very, very complex, and this is one risk, because if you have too much items, then you can increase a lot the cost of warehousing, right? And it will be difficult to take that under control. This is the reason, and I think this is the main reason why they do short, or they do close productions of everything, and then they sometimes they need time to reproduce, or they just do limited editions. So, and I think this is mainly to go into a range management risk, right? Of course, innovation, and they have is always a risk not to find the right innovation. At the end, all is linked to what is your strategies. The IP exploitation, sorry. They have to see that the brands full in addition being innovate, so they have this more safe. And then the distractions. The distraction is like bullshit, right? You get distracted from your goal. The thing is that the Brexit, it's just called here, following the UK government invoking articles. So I think there was not very little. In my opinion, the greatest risk is the same as that we have repeated every year. So I agree with them. And they say that they are prepared for a Brexit, right? Here it is. So this is a part of the Brexit. So following the UK government invoking Article 50 of the Treaty of Lisbon, notified that the European Council of its intention to withdraw from the EU. Games Workshop have reviewed the impact that this may have on the group. The risk for Games Workshop relate to the movement of goods, okay, from UK to EU, and EU is about, I forgot to show that. It's quite a big percentage of the sales, but it's okay. So this can be impacted across all sales channels, as well as the recruitment and retention of EU nationals working in UK. This risk has been assessed, and plans have been put in place to help to mitigate the possible impact. So they say that, of course, this is a main risk, and this will be a major risk for all UK and European companies. And with the risk is finalizing the report, and then there is all the finance things from the finance guy at the end. So you can make a look, you will see more detail of what we have talked. So summarizing, it's a great year, having a great year for Games Workshop. Okay, they will keep focused on innovation, they keep going, they're reinvesting a lot, what I have seen there, and I think they invest a lot as well on design, that is on R&D, so they have to push the IP, what is the most important for them, to get with high quality miniatures. Okay, and then for the next year, the main uncertainties for me is going to be Brexit, and see how this can impact all the companies in Europe and UK. So that's all for now. As usual, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I want to thank you, all of you, for watching the video. Please give a like if you have liked this video, share with other people if things can be interesting for them. And as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.